walkers, and welcome to Utah, I guess. We're in Arches National Park, and I'm going to start off by saying how much I love our national park system, our system of public lands, and how important it is for all of us to protect them against any kind of financial or political taking of those things. And we're going to walk back. This is Delicate Arch. We're going to walk back. I'm going to share with you a little bit of our public lands that we are all entitled to. And very carefully walking, I'm actually looking at where I'm putting my feet rather than where I'm filming, which I think is probably a wise thing to do. And you can see where we're going to head over here. It's about 1.5 miles, and it is snowy. Not on this section, but on the north side of this north-facing part of the rocks. You can see the arch part here, and I'll walk along, and then I'll take another look back to get a better view of it. You can see people have come to get their own view. It is about 36 degrees, which I think is 2 or 3 degrees Celsius, 36 degrees Fahrenheit. It's about 10:30 a.m. in January. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I love getting your comments. I want to encourage you to please share your comments, your memories, your information, all that sort of stuff with me in the comments section. Excuse me as I get my footing here. Look how beautiful this is in the snow, this red rock. Yeah. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, thanks to our Patreon supporters as well. But really, I want to talk to you about how this is just a beautiful treasure for us. I'm trying to film and watch my step here. I'm going to swing you around here. Hi there.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Hi, buddy.
How'd you walk around where you came from?
Just right around here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. That's cool.
I'm going to get out of these folks' picture real quick as I clamber up and over. Hi there. Swing you around here. All right, we're gonna head down. Probably won't talk much on this walk because I'm gonna watch my feet. You can see you definitely want to be careful here. It's slanting to the downhill side here. Excuse me. But it is icy. I've got good shoes on. And I'm being very careful. I came through Arches in 2021 and filmed 3 walks. So check those out on the website. You can find them by looking under Utah and also under nature walks. I love this red sandstone topography here. And it's not just here in Arches, it's all around Moab. It's in Canyonlands. It's in Grand Canyon. It's over towards as you get over to the west, down here in the southern part of the state, northern Arizona, and it's just almost alien looking in its grandeur, and it is just beautiful, especially when you catch the light just right. And I've almost never seen it with snow, which is pretty cool. Here's a little mini arch we'll take a look at up here on the left. Let these folks get up the steps here. Thank you. Excuse me. Oh, thank you. There's that little arch there. Now I'm gonna have to be a little careful here. I think we should be okay. It's not so much the flat stuff, that's fine. It's the slopey bits. Another thing you will have to do here, and you have to be aware of, is the staying on trail. A lot of parks you can go off trail, it's not a big deal. Here they have this, I think it's cryptobiotic or biotic crust, and it takes decades and centuries to regrow if you go out and start walking on it. So we are staying on the trails. We're going down some steps carved into the walkway here. Love these old gnarled trees, and this is a juniper tree. Don't know what kind of juniper, but it is a juniper tree. We stopped at the visitor center early on, which was awesome. Our tax dollars at work there. Interesting enough, many people might think that your entry fees and your purchases, all that money goes to the park or the park service, but it actually, my understanding is it doesn't. All that money goes back into the general fund, the treasury, and then the park gets funded separately aside from that. And there's billions of dollars in things waiting to be maintained, fixed, upgraded, etc., as the parks get more and more usage and visitation. And there's always a bit of a fight over spending in our system, which is, I think, justified. And, we always want to be aware of what's being spent, make sure tax dollars are being spent wisely and fairly. But that's verging over into politics, and I'm going to stay just celebrating the wonderful aspects of this natural place. Look at the wavy texture here in the sandstone. And look, I just love the contrast of these colors right now. It's just popping. Got the juniper and the grasses and the snow and the red rock. Oh, it's wonderful. Looks like these trees have found a happy place here. I assume that the water collects off this sandstone, erodes, brings down some more sandstone as sand, and then collects down here for these happy little trees to survive on. That's where we've just come from. Happy little trees. That sounds like the painter. Oh man. Totally lapsing on his name now. I'm hoping that this slick bit is water, not ice. It's water. Pardon my sniffles. The Park Service has put up posts to indicate the trail, but it's not always exactly clear which way the trail goes. Some folks just went off to the side accidentally, or who knows, maybe they're right. Pardon me. I love looking off in the distance as well and seeing other huge formations. The scale is really impressive. You can see that ridge in the background there. The park itself is right outside of Moab, just like 5 miles maybe. In the summer, you need to make a reservation now to enter the park with a vehicle. I don't know if they have a shuttle service or not. It goes from, I think, April 1st to the end of October or sometime in October. Morning.
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 Look at this view here. I'm going to swing around here to the left a little bit. This is one of the trail indicators. Sometimes the trails will be indicated with cairns, little small piles of stacked rocks. And they encourage you to leave those as is, as well as not create your own. Has been a thing for a little while where people go out on the trails and create their own cairns, which is really just another form of graffiti. Alrighty, gotta find my route here. I want to stay on the rock, but I also don't want to slip and fall. Here's our other marker. And then we're going to go down a big slope of, I guess they call this slick rock, although it's sandstone and it's not very slick at all, unless you're in snow or water. There's our other one down there. It's pretty easy to walk on. Although I think we're at 5,000 feet or so, so if you're not used to that elevation, this is a fairly steep incline to hike up, even if the footing is pretty solid, pretty sure. So be aware of that, take your time. Also, if it's warm, drink lots of water, wear sunscreen, that sort of thing. Just be smart, I guess. Go this way. Look at this little, here we are in the desert, and these plants have found little niches that they can find some soil, some nutrients, some water. It's obviously a personification or anthropomorphization of plants, but they've lucked into spots and have succeeded because they've landed in these spots and managed to keep growing. You know, it's you can see how barren it is, and then you get these little pockets where the plants can take root. a little crack up here that I can't remember exactly how I got across. Pardon me. Not too bad. In fact, I'm going to go over here. Tummy's growling a little bit. Morning. This quartzy rock here. Very cool.
I'm walking too close. No, your head.
Very cool.
My voice is getting worse and worse by the minute.
Hi there.
Hi. And I saw them talking in the background and doing this.
I think it's warming up. I tried to say warming. It's quite nice. There's almost no wind to speak of. Very still, very pleasant out. Morning. Oh, look at the beautiful, beautiful ridgeline over there. The shadow looks a little bluer than the red. I think the snow and reflecting the sky, sorry. I think that also adds a little blue. Of course, with video you have color temperatures and you set your white balance, but beyond that, the shadows tend to be a little bluer in general. And of course, this has got a mix of white and red rock in here. A little incline here. Hi there. Don't worry, I'm filming that way.
All good.
Yeah. Apparently some petroglyphs down that way. I would go down there, but I'm not sure how far away it is. And I want to wrap this up here. I don't want to make it too long. I'm not wrapping it up now. Stick with me, guys. So there's some clumps of wood in here, and they've been doing some work to remove, I have to remember the name of it. It's an invasive plant species called Tamarisk. And they've removed it, and I guess they're going to burn it maybe. The sign up ahead mentioned burn piles. It's a constant battle for these parks to maintain a native ecosystem with all the visitors that bring in plants and seeds and insects and other invasive things, just not intentionally, but because that's what happens when people move around. Anything moves around. And they can come in, certain species can come in and outcompete the native species and cause some real ecological harm. So, another reason to fully fund our parks. This is the Wolf Ranch. Tiny little cabin. I can imagine living there. Maybe not in summer. But certainly looks cozy. You can see the corral and paddock over here. Excuse me. All right, we're coming up on the parking lot here for Delicate Arch, and I want to thank you guys for joining me on this walk through your public lands. And I will be filming again soon. Not sure where or when, but soon. Until then, keep on stepping.